In this video, I'm going to show you guys the entire process of flipping a property in Pretoria from this to this. First, I want to give you guys a proper update of what we have been busy with and what we are currently busy with in our property and real estate business in Pretoria. If you would like to skip that entire process and don't want to know what is happening in my business and only want to see the befores and afters and the nice property images, you can skip ahead and go just directly to the timestamp on the screen right now. So firstly, we are first and foremost a real estate and a property flipping agency. We are actively looking for new properties to buy, and we continue that process. Every now and then, however, we have a lot of properties that we are working on, and then we end up not looking at enough properties with the estate agents, not having enough marketing to end consumers and to sellers out there, and then the inflow of new deals starts lagging. This is a thing that I found difficult from the start, from 8 years ago when we were flipping properties, to manage. Is how many properties do we want to get in and how many properties can we renovate and then get out at the end of the process. So recently we have upped our marketing quite a bit again, and the idea is that we really want to push to get the leads for new dilapidated properties in the east of Pretoria and end up buying a lot of these. We have now got proper investors in place, systems in place, got a lot of things ready to go, and we are now just actively pursuing that deal flow. So I'm looking at a lot of properties, I'm talking to a lot of estate agents, I'm looking at auction properties, I'm looking at everything, trying to buy more properties. Ideally, I would like to buy 10 properties this year, but that is to flip, and ideally I want to end up with 10 properties bought in 2025. Secondly, because we flip, we have a big renovation team in-house, and that renovation team has not just been at home, they've been busy. My brother heading that up as well as my father, and they are running renovation sites for clients. This is something we recently started doing again. We go into a property, advise a client as to what they can do, and then we renovate their property as if it was a flip property. So we help them to not overspend in terms of value for that area, and we help them to design something really nice. We're currently busy with a Lapa to granny flat conversion, as well as a big renovation for a client in Waterkloof. Small punt right there. I want to invite you, if you are interested in making use of our renovation services, reach out to us. Our details are all over the internet and on our website and Instagram and so on. But I would love if you would want us to do a renovation project for you. If you can reach out and speak to us directly. There's a whole process we go through. We are not the cheapest anymore. We don't aim to be that, but you'll end up with a real quality renovation. So ideally, reach out, we can set something up, do a consultation and go from there. The third thing we've been really busy with is we recently set up real estate services in-house. So we opened up Bigpond Real Estate. We opened that in November of last year, and we brought in a partner who's a real estate expert in Pretoria East and especially Garsfontein. So Mareike has sold us 3 or 4 properties already to us directly, and we have decided to bring that service in-house. So that is a standard real estate agency. We are not the same as all the other agents. We actually do real good quality work, and she has sold she's actually sold to date 3 properties within a week of listing them. She does a really good job in offering real estate services and offering it in a good quality way, whereas a lot of the average real estate agents are unfortunately really average. We've also enhanced a lot on our courses aspect and our educational leg of the business. So we still have 2 courses for sale at the moment on our website, and these are to teach you to become a property flipper. We have a base or a classic course. That course is the entire course, it's all digital, it's all video based, and the idea is that you can work through all the videos, and that will give you a very good baseline for flipping property. It goes through the entire process from learning where we find properties, how to market yourself to sellers, how to get new stock in hand, then how to assess them, how to finance them to get them bought, how to renovate them, and then eventually to get them sold again for a profit, and then also what happens after the sale, so how to handle the taxes and all of that. Then we also have what we call a professional edition of the course. That is the exact same course, but it includes 3 consultation sessions with myself or LaRue if you have questions or would like advice on certain elements of flipping property. So if you want to get into property flipping, the best investment you can make, I'm a little biased, but the best investment you can make is buying a basic course that teaches you a lot of the basics, so you can save a lot of money and time by not wasting your time on mistakes you could have learned from us on. So ideally, I would recommend buy that course. Marcel will put the details here of the course, the links and so on. Any one of those 2 really important if you want to get into property. Invest a bit in yourself first, invest in learning the skills before you try to just buy $1 million property. At this stage of the video, I would like to interrupt myself and ask you if you are getting any value from these videos we make and the content we make. We obviously don't charge any money to have you see these videos and so on. So I would love it if you could subscribe. A lot of our viewers are not subscribed to our channel. It makes a big difference with brand partnerships and those types of things if we can say we have a lot of subscribers. So that's our cheap plug of our YouTube channel. And then secondly, if there's somebody you think might get value from these videos, who want to get into house flipping or the property industry in whichever way, please share this. I want to ask you to share this video to them. If you send them a WhatsApp link or something like that, it would really help us as well to get the word out and to help friends of yours and acquaintances of yours. So now the bit that you might have been waiting for. Hopefully you watched the previous bit as well. If not, there is some real good value in there, and go back if you've skipped forward and just watch the entire video. It's good content. I am a little bit biased, of course, but never mind. Now let's get into, like I said, the bit that you have been waiting for, House Arcos. I want to tell you, this property we bought on referral from a bank valuer. And this goes back to what I've said in courses and training sessions and stuff before, is you need to network the entire process through. You need to make sure that people know what you do, that people know you deliver on that. So for instance, I say I can give you an offer today and buy your house quickly. If I say that, I need to deliver on that, because that's the only way I build trust, so that people refer me. So for instance, on this property, I got referred to the seller by a bank valuer that just knew what we did and told the seller, maybe you want to get these guys in here to give you an opinion on price. She did that. She's getting a very nice gift as a thank you because of that. But effectively, people need to know who you are, what you do, and that goes for everybody. It's not just the people you think is important. So the bank valuer referred this client to me, and I ended up going to have a look at the property, made an offer, and she sold it to us, the seller of the house. And in that, I learned this is not a lady that looked like the typical clients of ours. She didn't need to sell the house for the money. She had tenants in there for a long time. She just needed to get rid of the headache of owning this property. So she didn't only sell for the money. A lot of times as business people, we think people only do things for a monetary amount. She did want to get the house sold for money, but she didn't have to sell it for top dollar, because she could have put it on the market and sold it, but she had to then deal with estate agents and waiting times and buyers that were not necessarily going to go through with the deal and did not have as good of a buying reputation as we did. So she ended up selling to us. The house really wasn't in bad state. And there were a few things that was outdated. For instance, the kitchen was really closed off and completely separate from the rest of the house, and those types of things. But really the house wasn't that bad. We ended up adding a lot of curb appeal in that sense, and we also had to break down and demolish an illegal building that was built on the building line. So there was like a little flatlit bar area attached, which we demoed and turned that just into a boma. Except for this illegal building, there was nothing really wrong with the exterior of the property, and we just repainted the roof, repainted the house, redid the garden, got the pool nicely cleaned up, turned the illegal dwelling into a boma, and then we started focusing on the inside. So we created a bit of a modern entrance to the house, changing up the front door to have an arch door as well, to add on to this appeal of a Mediterranean archy house that we want to create. Sorry, I'm making up words as I'm going, but the idea is we wanted to incorporate the arches that was already in the house. So coming into the house, that kitchen to your right hand side was very closed off. So we opened a wall there, added a bit of a feature wall, and in doing that we ended up opening the entire kitchen to the rest of the house. We also renovated the kitchen completely, but we could use the old tops with the old cabinetry except for a few changes. So we painted the cabinets in a light color because it was dark on dark. It was dark wooden cabinets on a dark top. I like doing a contrast, so a dark top with a light cabinet or other way around. So we ended up painting the kitchen cabinets in a light latte cabinet paint from Builders. We also exchanged the handles and the kitchen backsplashes, as well as the appliances in the kitchen. So new stove top, new paint, handles, and some reconfiguration of cabinetry. But we didn't end up putting in new cabinets, and we could reuse the old ones effectively with some paint and remodeling and so on. Then throughout the entire house, further than that, we actually just redid the flooring. So we did new tiles throughout. We kept most of the laminate flooring in the bedrooms, except there was some damage to it. So we removed one bedroom's flooring, used that for spares for the damaged planks, and replaced that entire one bedroom with a very, very, very similar laminate floor to the others. But so it is, because it is in different rooms, you couldn't realize the difference in flooring between those. For the bathrooms in this house, I initially planned to keep the entire tiles on the walls and try to make it work with this. But we ended up having to demo some tiles, and then we just decided to bite the bullet and spend a bit more on the property in terms of the tiles, because then we ended up with brand new feeling bathrooms. We kept the old baths, we kept the old showers, we kept even the vanities by just refurbishing them a little bit in the same way that we refurbished the kitchen. So we added new linear glass or redid glass to the bathroom windows, to the vanities as well, painted them nicely, changed the top on them, and put in a new basin as well. Now, we did a complete full video on the bathroom renovations, and especially this that focused on this house. So you can go and watch that video. I think we can pop up a little thing here that links them to this video, or the link will also be in the description of this video. But that focuses entirely on the bathrooms, so you can go and watch that if you are super interested in what we did with the bathrooms. In terms of the living areas of this house, like I said, we just repainted, changed light fittings and retiled. And this house, because it had such a good structure, it really was not a complete extreme makeover. For instance, it had these big stacking doors that stacked open to the backyard, where I said we added that boma. And for instance, this house had this massive tree that was like a feature to me. As soon as you open these stacking doors, you have this massive tree, which really is impressive and makes that house feel homely, in my opinion. So even yesterday, I still got an email about this property because we still post about it on social media and so on, but it is not for sale anymore. It has been sold. It actually sold on launch evening. The past 3 properties that we sold, we accepted offers on launch evening, and the property sold really quickly. As you know, we do a lot of hype marketing. We tell people about what we're doing on a property for a long time on social media. If you are not following us on Instagram or on Facebook, make sure to do that as well, because that's where we share progress images and share upcoming show days and that type of thing. And ideally, if you want to come through to one of our show days and come and see what we have done to a property on that launch day. So this property is sold already. The new owners have actually moved in, and on today that we are filming this, the house registered yesterday. So they're already staying in their new property. They love it. Yeah, this house is officially gone, and it will go into our archives as one of my favorites I've ever done. Like I always say, thanks for watching. Share this to somebody who might find it valuable, and make sure you are subscribed. Cheers.